Hi, Peter Charles here of Hooked for Life Fly Fishing, and today we're going to do another Atlantic salmon pattern, this time from the Miramichi in New Brunswick, the Miramichi River. It's called the Black Spider, and this particular fly was designed by a gentleman by the name of Ira Gruber, who was originally from Pennsylvania. He was an industrialist. He became quite wealthy, and he fished the Miramichi, and I guess that was considered kind of his home river. And his grandson wrote a book about his exploits and all the flies he used, and the black spider is one of them. So let's get going and take a look at the materials. The hook is going to be a Bartlett salmon in a size 2. You can go down to a size 12 with this particular pattern. I noticed when I've looked at pictures of Gruber's flies, most of them tend to be quite small. The thread is a Vivus 8/0 in black. The tag on the rib is going to be Uni French in an extra small silver. The wing and the tail is going to be black squirrel. The tail is going to be this neon burnt orange. It's fluorescent. You can use a number of hot colors there, hot red, hot chartreuse, anything in that range. The body is going to be this uni yarn in black, and the hackle is going to be black saddle hackle, or black hand hackle, whatever you want to use. Okay, let's get started. Notice I've stopped the thread just in front of the hook point. This is not a long body. The tip here is not very big, so we're just going to put just a small tip in. Bring your thread back out of the way. Bring your thread forward, and we'll tie in the tail. Now the tail is quite sparse on this fly. I'm going to start it at the return, and you'll see what I'm doing here. So just get just a few hairs. Don't get very much. Get rid of any shorter hairs. Now we'll just measure that back to the return. Okay, a soft loop to start. We keep pulling up so the tail stays on top, and bring it back to the tip. Now we'll tie in our orange cord. Now I'm making 2 passes to build up this orange so it doesn't get the black bleeding through. And if you notice, if you see some of your tail move, just pull it back into place. Try not to leave any black showing. Cover it up to the silver. Make sure your tail doesn't move. And come back. There we go. Now we tie in our rib. And now our black yarn. We're going to make 3 passes with the yarn. Build up a bit of body. Come up on the return. We don't need to leave a lot of space. There's not a lot going on in the front of this fly, so we can come up fairly close to the eye of the hook. Bring it back to the orange. Bring it forward again. There we go. Now for the rib. Being this is extra small, I'm going to put my hackle pliers on. Okay, make a turn at the back. Come forward. There we go. Okay, now for the throat. Bring it back so it's about level with the orange. There you go. Clean that up. Bring your thread back, make sure it's centered. And finally the wing. Again, this is a sparse wing, so don't overdo it. Get rid of the short hairs. That's a little bit too much. Here we go, that's better. The length should be about to the hook point. It's not a long wing, so don't overdo the length of it. Now something you can do is you can bring your thread up and put some of the hairs into the thread and then pinch loop the rest. And the reason for doing that, squirrel is very hard, very slippery, so if you get some some thread going in between the hairs, it will become much more robust. Bind that squirrel down nice and tight. Now to put some soft wraps at the back, because in the instructions for this fly, they say they want the wing to sit down. They do not want it stuck up in the air. Okay, now we whip finish. And some head cement. Okay, there's our black spider by Ira Gruber. You know, it's an Atlantic salmon pattern, but I'm sure a lot of you steelheaders are going to say that's great for steelhead, especially with that bright orange butt. So there we go, the black spider. Give it a try for both Atlantics and for steelhead. This is more of a steelhead size. That's what I fish for. Do it smaller for Atlantic salmon. I think it'd be a dynamite pattern. Give it a try. Cheers.